Hello and welcome to the Dennis Prager Show. I have to say that in the lifetime of observing nominees to a cabinet position, yesterday was the least impressive that I ever recall witnessing. You know how careful I am to preserve dignity of people I speak about and of callers. I think and I don't want to undermine the man's dignity in this case, but I don't know how to reconcile that value with the value of protecting my country. Because not only are his views loathsome, he doesn't seem particularly bright. He doesn't seem to have any command over defense issues. I'm talking about the former senator from Nebraska, Chuck Hagel. Reminds me of a Nebraska senator, I think his name was Haruska, many years ago, who said about a nominee when it was said that something to the effect of, when it said about a nominee to the Supreme Court that he was, I think, mediocre. And he said, well, the mediocres need a representative as well, something like that. It's a very funny line. I don't think he meant it to be funny, which is what renders it both funny and frightening. And he was a Republican, incidentally, Roman Haruska. Yeah, I remember it. I mean, it's like it stays etched in my brain. And you almost feel that that's the case here with Chuck Hagel. And I would love to know. I have some knowledge of Nebraska, been throughout the state, been in the state many times, and I've been from North Platte in the west over to Lincoln and to Omaha. I have a real affection for Nebraskans. I don't know how they send these people to the Senate. I just don't. I don't know. What was the appeal of Chuck Hagel? Unless there was a very, very strong isolationist and appeasement-oriented population in Nebraska, which it's hard for me to imagine, but maybe it's so. We spoke about that yesterday. South Dakota, after all, sent George McGovern. So it's quite possible. But how he got elected is not my concern. It was such an unimpressive and even depressing performance, if that's the word. Everybody has lines they've said in life, any public figure, certainly every private figure. Everybody has things they said that they wish they didn't say. But when you are in a position of authority and you say egregious things repeatedly, then there's something wrong. In other words, the question is, are the very terrible things he has said, and then I'll review some of them, but I want you to hear some of the interchanges, are the terrible things, the egregious, the immoral things that he has said, like about the Iranian government, about Israel, are they representative or are they incomprehensible outbursts? Okay, that's possible. Everybody has an incomprehensible outburst, I presume, at some point. That comes from nowhere. I don't know, somebody got angry at some moment and said something.